These are the 3 things you absolutely have to know before you buy a property in British Columbia. Make sure you keep watching to the end at item 3, because this can literally save you tens of thousands of dollars if you're purchasing a property here in BC. I'm Mark Parris with the Selling Okanagan real estate team at RE/MAX Kelowna. If a move is in your future, give us a call and we'll make it simple for you. Jumping right in, number 1, the Provincial Land Transfer Tax. This is a tax that applies to almost every single real estate transaction in British Columbia. This land transfer tax is based on the purchase price of the property. If you're a Canadian citizen, the tax is 1% of the first $200,000, 2% from $200,000 to $2 million, 3% from $2 million to $3 million, and then on anything over $3 million, the tax is 5%. So as you go up in price, this tax escalates very quickly. Additionally, if you are not a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, there is a 20% foreign buyer tax on top of the amounts I just discussed. Now, fortunately, it's not all bad news. As we move on to number 2, the Homeowners Grant. The Homeowners Grant is an annual grant that can be applied against your property taxes. Now, there are 3 types of Homeowners Grants: the basic, the additional Homeowners Grant, and the low income grant supplement for senior citizens. Now, the basic grant, it can amount to as much as $770 credit towards your property taxes. Most homeowners in British Columbia qualify for the basic homeowners grant for their principal residence. The additional homeowners grant can amount to $1,045 additional dollars in tax credit. Now, this would apply to senior citizens, veterans, also disabled persons, or somebody living with someone with a disability. Now, there are limits on the first 2 qualifications of a homeowner's grant in terms of how expensive the property is, what the assessed value is. And the third part is the low income homeowner's grant for senior citizens. Now, that can amount to an additional $845. Now, even if you don't qualify for the basic or the additional homeowners grant, you may still qualify for the supplemental homeowners grant for senior citizens. There are all sorts of exemptions and limits with respect to this program. We're going to do a video on its own to deal with all of those exemptions and limits. So watch for that. Number 3, the speculation and vacant property tax. This is a recurring annual tax, and that's why it is so important to understand it completely. This tax is based on how homeowners use their property. For example, if the property is your principal residence and you spend the majority of your time there, this tax will likely not apply. Let's say it's a vacation property. Well, then it may apply. Here in the Okanagan Valley, this tax only applies to properties that are located within Kelowna or the district of West Kelowna. So it doesn't apply to Lake Country, Oyama, Winfield, Vernon, Predator Ridge, all sorts of other places outside of those 2 areas. So if you're thinking about making a purchase in this area, that may be one of your determining factors. So how much is this tax? The tax rate in this case is 0.5% of the assessed value each and every year. And if you're a foreigner, instead of being 0.5% of the assessed value, it's 2% of the assessed value. So this can mean an awful lot in the long run. So if your intent is to purchase a vacation property here and not make it your permanent residence, you may want to consider buying outside of the Kelowna area or the district of West Kelowna. And that's how you save yourself tens of thousands of dollars on taxes in the long run. Now, this isn't meant to be a complete review of all the exceptions and exemptions that exist with these taxes. So you may want to speak to your lawyer to see how these taxes may affect you in your personal situation. I'm Mark Parris with the Selling Okanagan Real Estate Group at RE/MAX Kelowna. If a move is in your future, give us a call. We'll make it simple for you.